yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I've got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to fear. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it was just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can watch, we can watch, we can watch, we can watch them go by. From here, from here, from here. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Cool.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do real quick. Yeah, follow me on. Yes, sir. So I'll play it again. I'll start from the beginning again. Girl from Ipanema. It's almost time to start this. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do that. Keep playing that.
All right, we'll get them in with song, right?
That's right.
Yeah, the rest of them are still mingling outside. Let us please rise this morning and sing our opening anchor song, which is I Know This Rose Will Open. It's hymn number 396. You should have a gray hymnal close if you want to look at the words, or you can look up here, or you can just know them.
Okay. 3 and 4 and. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will
morning. My name is Petra, and I serve this congregation as worship committee chair, kind of, sort of, but my favorite is worship associate. So I'm very happy to be up here with you today. And we have a call to community. You will notice, many of you have heard already, I apologize. It is the lack of organization of Petra Sussman to not prepare an order of service so that everybody knows exactly what's going to be happening, and you would have all these wonderful things plus a few more written on the back of your order of service. You will find most of this in the newsletter that we print out, and I am going to read what we have too in order to build this community we need: love plus connection, and that will lead to spiritual and ethical transformation. This is your community, and so we ask that you please be an active part of it by joining us in the following activities and events. Okay, today, after service, is a membership committee meeting. Vaisel Decour, who is in our tech room today, can give you more details after the service if you need, or you can just come in here and listen. This Wednesday is dinner wisher, but Heather will not be here. She's out of town, so she needs someone to volunteer to facilitate. You can email her if you're willing to and able to help. So that's this Wednesday. Anybody that shows up for dinner worship, you're in charge. This Friday is Downtown Lakeland's First Friday. As they do every month, UUCL will have a booth set up there, as we do every month. If you can help with this event, also see Vaisel, who's in charge of that one as well. We're still creating small groups, and we want input as to what kind of a small group that you might want to have. It's a great time to get to know each other better by sharing thoughts on specific topics. And if you want more information, you can contact Heather or Tim McLean, neither of whom are here today. But they can be contacted by phone or email, and they will tell you more about the types of groups that we're having. I know that this past week, we had our Creativity Matters group, which is a small group, and Heather wants to thank all who attended. We enjoyed co-creating art. It was spiritually fulfilling to creativity and to engage in the practice of trust. Our pieces are hanging on the bulletin board in the social hall, so take a look and consider joining us next month, and that's for the Creativity Matters. That small group is still going. There are numerous other ones, and you can find out more about them by contacting Heather and Tim. Next Sunday's worship service begins our April theme of the practice of joy. There will be outside games and finger painting. These are amongst many of the joyful activities, so please dress appropriately. You kind of get the idea, we're not going to be sitting pretty and listening nicely to things. We're going to be having fun and playing. That's what we're doing. We can't wait to engage in this spiritual play together. We have a National Day of Action coming up. This is on Saturday, April the 5th. At 1 o'clock in Lakeland, there will be a rally with lots of people shouting slogans, waving signs, and relieving frustration. It's a nationwide event in an effort to convey dissatisfaction with the apparent destruction of democracy in this country. For full event details, you can visit handsoff2025.com. That's HANDSOFF, all one word, 2025.com. Next Sunday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. is the Italian Legends of Song concert here in our sanctuary. It's a fundraiser for UUCL. Tickets are $20, and a delicious lunch from Il Forno's will be served prior to. Thank you to all who have pledged to support this community. If you're new to UUCL and would like to make a pledge, To ensure that our work of love plus connection equals transformation is sustained, please see Adam Hargrove for a pledge form. And thank you all who attended last week's, oops, I did that one. Please check the back of your order of service because you don't have one. Please look in the newsletter, which is published on Mondays for more information on the service auction items and other events that are happening around here. Now, excuse me, yes, ma'am, Cherry.
Just real quick, just to add on to the day of April 5th, it's at Munn Park at 1 o'clock. And so hopefully everybody will be there so we can stand together in solidarity.
Very good. Thank you so much for that information. I had not been given that part.
1 p.m. Munn Park.
Munn Park.
Saturday.
Very good.
April 5th,
Yes, if you have standing on the side of love, the UUCL gold shirts, yellow gold shirts that Dorothy is almost always wearing, but not today. Joshua, oddly enough, is probably still wearing it at home because he put it on to come to church today, but then did not feel like making it. So yes, he's got his shirt on. And yeah, that would be a good thing to wear to show solidarity with UUCL also, and a little advertisement for us to get out into the world and let people know we're here. All right, Bella, would you mind lighting our chalice for us today after I read our little thingy? May the lighting of our chalice renew our commitment to our shared Unitarian Universalist value of interdependence. And now, Bella, as I read, we honor the interdependent web of all existence by covenanting to cherish Earth and all beings by creating and nurturing relationships of care and respect. With humility and reverence, we acknowledge our place in the great web of life, and we work to repair harm and damaged relationships. Thank you, Bella. Now, if everyone will stand in body or spirit and sing Spirit of Life with me.
4-bar intro. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
We're not quite ready to do Spirit of Life in Spanish yet. I
That's
think
fine.
this week. Thank you,
I'll say-
though. We will be doing that hopefully next week in Spanish. All right. We do not have a specific message for all ages, but I would like to invite the children up to put their stones in the joys and sorrows, which we'll do in a little while, because they're going to go off and play with Melissa, and they won't have the opportunity to put their stones in. Come on down.
Let him sing.
Yeah. They're all for you. Thank you.
Let's sing them out. These hands will do the work. These feet will carry me. These arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility. And the love in this heart will set me free.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, now, Andy, would you kindly light our healing candle for us? And as we light our healing candle, I ask you all to take a moment. Okay, put that back and pick the stick up. Now you remember, right? I'm sorry. It's your job. You got to do the official job.
But are you getting paid for your job?
Thank you. As we have lit our candle, I want to ask you to all take a moment to be mindful about the emotions that you're holding in your body at this time. Which ones need healing? Which ones can help to heal? And which are your tools for repair that you feel ready to share with the world? We are healing the world one step at a time, starting with ourselves. And we do have to heal ourselves before we can heal the world. It's an inside job, folks. Move at the speed of trust. Focus on critical connections more than critical mass. Build the resilience by building the relationships. That is a quote from Adrienne Marie Brown. Our ritual of sharing joys, concerns, and sorrows embodies the belief that there is a power in weaving our lives together so that we may build a better world together, one that honors the experiences of all of us. In our Joys and Sorrows book, you are able to write any significant joy or sorrow occurring in your life that you would like for the congregation to know. Today, we have a few. Concern, my laptop. A few days ago, I spilled my tea on my 5-year-old Mac Pro. The next morning, I tried my laptop was dead. So now, needing a guy, what? Brand new, any new computer? I'm sorry, that was from Dorothy. Close enough?
That's close enough.
Close enough. So I went on vacation last week. That's why I wasn't here. Driving back was the first time I felt like I was coming home. I missed you all and so grateful for my UU family. I love you all, Sherry.
Yay.
Joy. My husband Jacob and I are moved into our new place and are looking forward to more spiritual growth. Bradley. I am thankful for my UUCL family that helps lift my spirits when I am physically struggling. Jen. Grace says, Joy, Lily and I went hiking yesterday and saw a a bunch. I thought it was an official name, and I didn't know what a bunch of armadillos is called. Okay. They saw a bunch of armadillos. Please keep my husband in your thoughts. He had a work accident and has to have a finger amputated. It's very expensive and stressful. Thank you, Destiny. I'm glad you're here today. So now, you are all invited to come forward for our ritual of joys and sorrows. Take whichever stone or stones feels right to you and drop it in the bowl, connecting to others, feeling the power of being together in this community. people online watching us remotely.
YouTube and Facebook.
Wow.
This is for that.
Thank you. we gather, tucked back in this friendly neighborhood between the beautiful tall pines. We are a community of people who have arrived from many different paths, yet we seek a common goal: to bring more love to our hurting but beautiful world. As Unitarian Universalists, we aspire to reach this goal through our shared values, one of which is the value of generosity. We cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We covenant to freely and compassionately share our faith, presence, and resources. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. This we can only do together, and your monetary gifts are essential to supporting our endeavor. Our ushers will now please pass the plate. Jacob and Jen. All right. If we will stand now again in body or spirit, and we're going to sing, it's hymn number 184, Be Ye Lamps Unto Yourselves. I believe I heard we're doing this a cappella.
Okay. Sing it.
This is sort of a Gregorian song, so it doesn't have to the rhythm. It goes like this. Be ye lamps unto yourselves, be your own confidence, hold to the truth within yourselves, as to the only Lamb. So it's a 184 in the hymnal if you got the hymnal. It's easy to learn. Try one more time. Nice and loud, and you can hear the rafters running. Be ye lamps unto yourselves, be your own confidence, hold to the truth within yourselves, as to the only Lamb.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. And today, we have with us Andy Quinn, who is the leader of the Lakeland Insight Meditation Group that meets here once a week on Wednesday evenings in the social hall across the way there. He also has other groups here that he can tell you about if you wish to know.
Yeah, I got issues, so. Just pause, sacred pause, just rest in our body, this amazing body. Just a moment. So, the question is, what can we trust? What can we trust? Now, we can trust our hearts, but what is our heart? What is our heart? And in different cultures, the heart is the feeling and emotive part of the mind. And of course, there's the thinking mind that is rational and measures and evaluates, but today we're talking about the heart, and we can trust in our heart. And the question is, can we trust in our basic goodness? Can we trust in that? Can we trust that we belong in this world? Can we trust that we belong here? That we, each and every one of us, is an integral part of this world? Can we trust that we will not intentionally hurt one another? Or can we trust that if we hurt each other, it's based on our own distress and confusion? So, can we trust in moments of awareness, quietude, wakefulness, tenderness, compassion, joy, awe, wonder, and creativity? Truth, trust, is based on awareness, interconnectedness, and love. Yet we all have moments of distrust. These occur. Moments of disconnection, not belonging, and we may feel bad about ourselves. We get tight. We feel disconnected, separated. So there's a woman, and she is part of a job interview. And the interviewer says, well, would you be willing to tell me your one character deficit? And the woman says, my one character deficit is honesty. And he says, your character deficit is honesty. I would not think that that's a character deficit. And she says, I don't care what the hell you think. So to the extent that we have not been appropriately mirrored, reflected back in our original family or in our society, this can cause separation. Most of us need others to say you matter and that I'm glad that you're here. Sri Nisargadatta, his guru told him that he was the divine, and that he was pure awareness himself. And he literally contemplated that for years until he came to the point where I recognize I am the divine and I am pure awareness itself. So this sense of separation is very painful for people if you haven't noticed. This sense of not belonging, separated, it just throws us into a whole lot of difficult emotions and thinking. And this launch into thinking throws the thinking into what's called proliferation. And what can you trust? What can you trust? You can trust not to trust the thinking. When we feel separated, when we feel like we don't belong, and we think a lot about it, you'll find that a lot of the thinking is fear-based. And it's desire-based. I got to get out of this, and I got to do something to get out of it. And in that thinking, there's a whole lot of control. So when you feel separated and you feel like you don't belong, or you think that way, don't trust it. Find a place that makes you feel connected and you belong. So for me, personally, I was traumatized in high school, traumatized, and I launched into a career of marijuana use and alcohol. Career of it. And that was a setup for social anxiety. Like the whole, did you notice the chalice lighting? That was a manifestation of social anxiety. Having difficulty to do a task in front of a group was a manifestation of that. And so in those moments, I practiced a whole lot of not belonging, and then strategies to belong, like chronic marijuana use and getting degrees and having girlfriends and traveling, da-da-da-da. It just went on and on and on. And nothing could fill this inside. I didn't realize that it was all here. It's all here. Everything's right in here. We just got to find it. So if you wouldn't mind, I want to do a little bit of inquiry, a little guided meditation, a little reflection. And what it's going to be is like the place when we don't feel like we belong, or when we feel like we don't belong, okay? Or we disconnected. Could you close your eyes and we'll just reflect on this for a few moments? So just enjoy being in your body. Just enjoy this body and this space. And this is a safe place. The place where we are right now, this congregation is safe. And within this congregation, there is connection, interdependence, belonging. So awareness, pure awareness includes everything. It includes interconnection, interdependence, but it also includes moments, pain, emotions, thoughts, where we feel disconnected. Pure awareness includes all. And so now reflect on a situation where you felt disconnected. You felt like you didn't belong. And when you do this, see if you can hold that in awareness. And so what does it feel like? What does this feel like? And what are the thoughts like? What are the thoughts like, these moments of being disconnected, feeling like we don't belong? Can we hold this in awareness? The more that we can open the mind up, creating space in the mind, more awareness, we can hold these moments of feeling disconnected, feeling like we don't belong. Awareness is a space in which love is created. It manifests. Awareness launches gratitude, launches generosity, launches loving kindness, compassion, these qualities of the heart that are connected. So in these moments where we're disconnected, don't belong, the mind contracts, the mind contracts. The mind is in delusion around separation. And when we're in this space, we can open up to something bigger. So you can manage this. You can reflect on these moments of not belonging, disconnected. The mind becomes tight. The mind starts to get rigid, inflexible. And when you can just be aware of that, you can open up and even touch this pain with some loving kindness. So, coming to presence again in the body. All moods, all thoughts, all emotions have an expression in the body, and to some degree they can all be resolved within the body. So Carl Jung, the great psychologist of the early part of the last century, interviews this Native American chief, Okiwa Biano, or Mountain Lake, of the Taos Pueblo in New Mexico. These are Jung's words. I was able to talk to him as I rarely have been able to talk to a European. Chief Mountain Lake says, "See how cruel the whites look. Their lips are thin, their noses sharp, their face furrowed and distorted by folds. Their eyes have a staring expression. They are always seeking something." What are they seeking? The whites always want something. They are always uneasy and restless. We do not know what they want. We do not understand them. We think that they are all mad. When Jung asks why he thinks they are all mad, Mountain Lake replied, "They say they think with their heads." "Why, of course," said Jung. "What do you think with?" "We think here," said Chief Mountain Lake, indicating his heart. So, thinking, we form our identity around thinking. People that blame a lot, I'm going to simplify this, but people that blame a lot, their role is victim. And we have people who are attached to their sickness. They can be the hypochondriac person, right? We all have these roles that we slip in and out of. And then you have people who the life is so oppressive. They are the grim, sad, depressed type. We kind of fall into these roles, and you'll see it in the thinking. You can witness this in the thinking, the particular role that you take on. So it's really important to be able to be aware of that and not fall into the trap of fear and wanting and control through our thinking. And these roles that we define, they have an indication of what our life journey is. The Buddha would say, as a person frequently ponders upon, that becomes the inclination of their life. So we become the victim, we become the sick person, we become the grim, sad person. And so this awareness, we call this the ocean. It includes all things. And then the ocean also contains the waves, so awareness contains that. But the problem is we identify with the waves and we identify with the turbulence. I was talking to somebody before the service, and we were talking about sickness, and we all experience sickness. But we can identify with sickness and say, I'm the sick person, right? Or we can say, I'm bipolar, right? We can say, I'm an addict, right? We identify with these roles. So, another reflection for you. So this one, just close your eyes, another reflection. This is a reflection on connectivity. So what I want you to just think about, I want you to consider somebody who is very different from you. They're just very different from you. And of course, that's perception, right? But nevertheless, just consider somebody's very different than you. And there'll be some sense of activation, probably. Perception, there's some sense of recognition or perception and accompanying unpleasant or pleasant feelings. Just notice that. And as you notice that, say to yourself, and this is respect yourself, say no more, no less than the other person. Say no more, no less. We get confused by our differences, don't we? We get confused and we get thrown into distress because of differences. So as you contemplate somebody that's different, no more, no less. And as you do that, open to awareness of that. No more, no less. So in the meditation community, it's my view that this is the most important thing that we do, is work with this sense of separation, because it's so painful and it causes so much contraction. And also identification with what I think I am and what the other person is, right? Only to find out things are much different than perception and thinking say. So I've got another story for you. And this will be the last. I want to say one thing too. Credit Tara Brock. She's a meditation teacher in Washington, D.C. for some of my content to this talk, okay? And I just personally have had a lot of loving mentors. So there's not a whole lot that I'm saying that's original. Okay, so there's two fellas, and they, I just about fell off. So my wife would have laughed her butt off while I fell off. So there's two fellas, two people, men who like to talk about metaphysical concepts. Long talks, 2 hours. They've been doing this for years. And finally, one of them says, you know, if whoever dies first, when they go to heaven, they have to contact the person that's alive and say what heaven's like. So, of course, somebody's going to die, right? That's the nature of the body, right? It falls apart, right? So somebody dies, right? So the person that's on the earth, they're just waiting. I can't wait to hear from this person. So it's literally months and years, right? You have to be patient with people that have died, right? So finally, there's contact, right? There's contact, you know, in the universe. The person's, you know, in heaven, allegedly in heaven, contacts back to the person on earth. And the person's on earth says, well, what's it like? What's it like? What's it like? He says, you know, we eat, we sleep, and we have sex. And we eat, and we sleep, and we have sex. And we eat, and we sleep, and we have, have you heard this, Dorothy? No. Okay. We eat, and we sleep, and we have sex. And the person on the earth says, wow, I didn't know heaven would be like that. And that person up in the universe says, I'm not in heaven. I'm a moose in Wyoming. They weren't in the universe. They were in Wyoming. I hope you have a blessed day.
It is always a pleasure to have Andy with us. I always enjoy his thoughts. And he always shares his personal experience, strength, and hope with us, which is important because we do have to know that we're all in this together. And there certainly are basics in which we can trust. The basics for me in which I trust are truth, beauty, peace, and love. And they're always there for any of us. But again, spread around so that we can eventually help the rest of the world to a better place, emotionally, spiritually, and just I copied this from the Book of the Living by Octavia Butler. It's entitled Make Peace. To make peace with others, make peace with yourself. Shape God with generosity and compassion. Minimize harm. Shield the weak. Treasure the innocent. Be true to the destiny. Forgive your enemies. Forgive yourself. First, let's all forgive ourselves. And remember that this is the age for which we were put here. All of us, most of us didn't know why. Certainly didn't know how. We still don't know how. But we have to trust that, bless you.
Bless you.
We have to trust that the higher-ness that there is, whatever it is, because I don't see any particular being in charge of what the heck is going on here. It's gonna get better, folks. We are the ones to make it so. And now, if you're familiar with the song, Here Comes a Thought by Rebecca Sugar, please join Isaiah and Nick as they sing the song of simple thoughts that probe deep into our psyche.
Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you. Something you did that failed to be charming. Things that you've said are suddenly swarming. And oh, you're losing sight. You're losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse you. that I might lose you. Take a moment to remind yourself to take a moment and find yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You've got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to fear. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed me. Something I did that failed to be charming. Things that I said are suddenly swarming. And oh, I'm losing sight, I'm losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse me, that I might lose me. Take a moment to remind yourself to take a moment to find yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I've got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to fear. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it was just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can watch, we can watch, we can watch, we can watch them go by. From here, from here, from here. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust.
Thank you, Isaiah. And now, if you all want to join us in the social hall right across the way. After those words of encouragement, I hope, we're in it together, and we need to extinguish our child. Ella, would you like to do that for us? You let us.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing.
I know, I was kind of sort of in a trance over here. I was about to forget that I had anything to do. We
Extinguish this gas, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world.
Thank you. Thank you all for your patience and kindness. And now, what are we, Dorothy?
We are a blessing,
And we are worthy,
and we are loved.
and we are loved. We
All
are.
three. Like that.